Okay, this is Redcat Kaiju. We're just going to go over a couple of things that I found after about a month of ownership. Um, First thing is, I think at the time of this recording, the only actual modification I have in here is this sway bar right here. You can see front and rear. It's kind of difficult to see. Yeah, front and rear sway bar. And I changed out the battery straps, but that's, nothing, no big deal. One of the things that I've been having trouble with is keeping this car steering straight. It's kind of difficult to tell, but if you look at the wheels, it looks reasonably straight. However, when we look at the servo, the servo horn, oh yeah, that's changed too. This is like this is one for a I think it's for a TRX4, something like that. But it fits because the stock one is plastic, and mine was broken out of the box. I've been in contact with support, 40 plus emails back and forth about it, and we can't really come to a resolution on what we think the problem might be. But if you look, try and square everything up, that is not straight. And the issue I have is that it turns farther this way, or turns farther one way than the other. There's way more travel, and the issue that I have is when you're driving, the wheel can be in a neutral position and the car just takes off in a different direction. Sometimes it's more drastic than others. I thought it might have been something to do with this not being completely 90 degrees, but the more I look, the more I don't think that's the case. I thought there might have been some loose geometry in here or something, but it seems to be fine. What I did order through kind of a last ditch is there's a servo nut right here from the servo saver. I noticed that there's a lot of people complaining, or not complaining, but one of the before you drive notices for the kaijus are replacing the plastic servo horn and rotating this all the way up and then back out a half a turn or quarter turn. I did do that, but mine was extremely tight to turn. I had to basically take most of this off to be able to get the leverage to turn it. So I ordered the aluminum upgrade Redcat part, which I believe is just replacing this plastic part to a aluminum clamping nut. We'll see how that goes. As far as I can surmise, I believe what it's meant to do is just try to keep this position, more stable, I guess. That should be here shortly. There's a couple other parts on the way. I noticed that this particular truck, like Kaiju, had issues early on with these arms, these upper arms snapping at where the steel part, where the turnbuckle ends in the plastic. And somewhere along the line, they made a revision to that part where the plastic in here is more beefy. It's thicker. I know a lot of people tend to try to make that part as stiff as possible. Um, I had thought about maybe making something myself out of. I have a couple machinist friends from ways back, and I don't think it would be that hard to make a single aluminum piece. Or even something like this in aluminum, which actually Redcat has this part in aluminum, which I do intend to buy, but it's been on back order since I've owned this truck, so I don't know when it'll come in. But the thing that I notice is once people start toying with this, they start to bend CVs. So there must be some kind of failed, like engineering fail, to where would you rather break a $6 plastic part that's super easy to change out, or a $30 CV that's much more difficult to change out and the part seems to be rarer? I mean, you can buy these plastic replacements all day. So I don't know if I'm going to do anything to that. I've gone fairly hard on the truck, and I haven't broken anything on it. I mean, these are ground to a nub, and is a my body's a little worse for wear up top. You can see, got it's a typical beauty mark of the Kaiju, is the back of the roof all scraped up back here a little bit. Um, but yeah, the main issues I've been having with the steering and whatnot, um, I'm not really 100% sure what to do. So I was thinking about buying some of the aluminum parts that go into here, but really, I don't think that would. I'm not entirely sure that would make much of a difference. The um, I did get a fan. I know there's some people that say that they're motor throttles. I have the Power Hobbies fan that Gus's Custom Creations and a few other dudes have put on there. I did get a metal spur gear and a new pinion. My pinion did break loose after about, I'd say, second or third run. It was loose inside there, so I got a stock replacement, and I think I went. I don't remember exactly the number, but I went one tooth. I went one tooth up. I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna run it because I really like the gear that's inside there, like the pinion gear with the long teeth. I really like that, so I don't think I'm gonna change that out. I got some. I had an idea um, about these connectors. I have two 2S batteries, but they're for my um, voltage, my granite voltage. But I had a couple ideas about these. What I think I'm going to do is shorten these down to the exact length. I use Z 4S ADC batteries. One 4S battery, not two 2Ss. What I think I'm going to do is probably cut these Deans off and get rid of this loop connector and all this other wire. I had this idea to use XT150s. Since the connector breaks, it splits, I'm pretty sure you would be able to get the negative and the positive, or the hot lead and the negative lead, to connect to each other, and like if you just had the hot on the ESC and the negative on the ESC, I'm pretty sure if you were going to run two batteries, you could just jump the two batteries together with the XT150. The only thing I'm not 100% sure on is if you can run, like, I know they'll handle high amp, but would they handle low? So like, could I do something like that on my 2S batteries? Would a 2S battery be affected if I'm using an XT150 connector? I can't really find a super convenient or convincing answer on that, so I might hold off on doing it. But that's the plan, is to attempt to get these off, because I don't really run it super hard and for the entire battery. Um, I typically run for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then let it cool down and look it over, so I don't wear anything into the ground or anything like that. But with the 6200 milliamp hour Z packs, I mean, I can run on one of those for an hour or more, just kind of tooling around, driving around the neighborhood, playing in the park or whatever. It's very difficult to run that pack to the low voltage cutoff. It's a pretty good battery, but what I did notice is even in those 15 to 20-minute stints, I can get this connector pretty warm. Not to the point where I'm concerned, but it at least hit my radar as a thing that should probably be changed. Um, so I'm probably gonna. I have two of those 6200 batteries. I'm probably gonna try and uh, test it out. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do it to my Kaiju, but I might try it out on my voltage, because if that's a problem, it's a 20 something dollar ESC and a $16 battery. Um, we might give that a try. There's a couple other parts that I'm waiting on that I just ordered to come in, some upgrade stuff. I've got the aluminum caps for this. I noticed that there are some people that have complained that sometimes they break this part, and some people have said that the shocks leak oil. I mean, I don't, mine don't. I check them fairly regularly, even during the run. Um, but I've only had it a month or so, so I'm gonna change those caps out. We talked about the servo saver. What else did I get? Um, I got some extenders to bring the wheels out, the 5 millimeter ones from Redcat. I don't think I'm going to use them, because the car actually doesn't tip. When it came out of the box, it did, but I made the mod where, or I did the mod where you move the shock out on the bottom. I didn't do the top because I feel like the angle would be too crazy. I know a lot of people were doing it to try to save their drive cups, but I have they're not installed, but I have the RC, like the precision aluminum sleeves to put on, so I'm not too worried about those cups. But I did move this out here, and with that sway bar, the like the contact and the resistance to body roll forces the truck to roll over is very low. Um, I'm really, actually really pleased with the handling of the truck. For a monster truck, it doesn't really feel like a monster truck. It's very tight, and turns really well on all surfaces. I'm primarily running on pavement. I intend to change that a little bit, because I really like these tires and wheels. And if I'm being honest, the wheels with this sticker and these kind of Badlands tread lugs are one of the reasons I really like it, and the body. Like, this is one of the most interesting, unique bodies being put out on ready to run cars. That's not a custom body. I really dig this old squarish kind of Datsun 510 look. I'm really into this truck, the truck body. And the price is good. I know a lot of people make the comparison about Armas and the durability and the Traxxas and stuff, but at the end of the day, it The only real thing is price, and the price is really good on this. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got some of this stuff. I got one of these toe wrenches. There's, I don't know if you can tell, but the toe in the front is really crazy. I have a feeling that might have some. Yeah, there's a good angle on it. The toe is crazy. I have a feeling that might have something to do with how wild my steering gets, especially at speed. So I'm gonna try and address that with this thing. And I got a new center diff, new spare front or rear diff. I got some oil coming. We're gonna do the 60 front. I'm probably gonna start 250 in the center and 30 in the rear, and top all the fluids, just to give it a kind of a once over. And then I'm probably gonna have I'm gonna grease the diff, like the pinion side or the gear side of it with that. I have the Lucas marine grease. I think I had it left over from some motorcycle stuff I used to do, but I'll probably put that in there and chock the diffs full of, or pack that in there. I'm debating on whether or not to couple this with some of the 360 footage, which is partially the reason that I'm recording this, is to actually give some substance and some meat besides a 1 second clip of some 360 footage. I've been working on a mount to get the camera on the body. I was thinking of trying to do something like this, but the interesting clips that I have the camera off of the body, like in this area, on a stick. I started recording stuff like this out of some interest on some Reddit posts I was making, and there's a couple people there who have messaged me and were talking about the angle and wanted to see some setup, some rig setups. I don't really do anything special for it. The previous clips were just I had a zip tie here, and I had a ton of these Apex battery straps left over, so I put this bar across the back, zip tied the back of it here, Velcro strapped it around the body, and this bar extends out, and I just put the camera like somewhere up here. Since it's a 360 cam, you can have it any angle, and you're getting all the footage. The first test footage I'm not super happy with, because the camera bounced and ended up like this, so that there's a stitch line that basically follows the side of this. There's a stitch line in it, and it just happens on the video to run through. Well, actually runs this way on the body. I'm not super happy with it, but it was just a test to see if the shot would be cool and anyone might be interested in it. So since it looks like there is a little bit of interest, maybe I'll start making some of those videos and doing the whole this is my part, install it kind of thing. Well, alright, I guess that's it for now. Alright,